Hello and what is up everyone? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Financial Coach Jess, and if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're having a hard time deciding whether you should pursue a bookkeeping business or a financial coaching practice. If you watched to the very end today, I promise that I will give you absolutely everything that I have to help you make the best decision on which business to pursue. If you find that you are interested in pursuing bookkeeping, I've got a link below that will take you to Bookkeeper Launch's free series. You can go through this series to further see if bookkeeping is going to be the right fit for you. If at the end of this video you're interested in financial coaching, I want to encourage you to enroll in my program, Become a Coach. To learn more about that, click the link that takes you to my pricing workshop, and within this training, you're going to see my philosophy on financial coaching, how I make a full-time living from it, and how you can too. If this video helps you make a decision about starting a bookkeeping business or becoming a financial coach, make sure you like this video, subscribe to my channel so that you can see more videos like this. I'm going to kick off this video with my opinion that I don't think you should pursue both bookkeeping and financial coaching at the same time. For me, that was never the plan, and really I came to a crossroads where I couldn't continue to grow both audiences. I had to choose one or the other. In this video right here, I talk about how my income within the business is diversified, and all three of my main services have completely different audiences. Again, this wasn't the plan. It happened very organically, and originally I was just working with small business owners. When they came to me, they said, "You have revolutionized my business. My personal finances, though, are still a wreck. Can you help me with this?" I said, sure. So I started doing financial coaching that way, and I absolutely fell in love with it. But the problem was, when I shifted to financial coaching, my audience, my content, everything pivoted, and I couldn't sustain both just by myself. The marketing for my bookkeeping had to give. And even without doing any social media marketing for that part of my business, it does continue to steadily grow through networking, word of mouth, referrals, but all of that is very outside of my control, which is okay. I enjoy my bookkeeping clients, but I'm not actively growing that side of my business. All that to say, don't pursue financial coaching and bookkeeping at the same time. If you try to do both at the same time, it's going to be very confusing for your audience, your referral partners, and it's going to be really difficult to grow either one. The first big difference, and this could be a huge deciding factor for you, is the lifetime revenue of each client in their respective industries. The lifetime revenue of bookkeeping clients is ginormous, and for good reason. You're doing an ongoing service for them. You are a vital part of their team. I have bookkeeping clients that have been with me for 3+ years. That is tens of thousands of dollars. This is a great business model because it's way less marketing and way higher lifetime revenue per client. Of course, I've had clients grow so fast that they sell the business, and this is always bittersweet. Mostly bitter for me because I lose the client, but I still have the contact, and it doesn't happen all the time. On the other hand, with financial coaching, your lifetime revenue per client is not going to be nearly as high. Still thousands of dollars, but not tens of thousands of dollars. The difference here is very much teaching a man to fish versus giving him the fish. Bookkeeping is giving the man the fish in the analogy because they're doing the work for them, while financial coaching is teaching the person to fish so they can better steward their money themselves. And I'm not saying that one is better or more valuable at all. That's not the point here. I'm just saying that the structure and the business model is going to be totally different for both industries. The second big difference, and really this was probably more so the deciding factor for me when I chose financial coaching over bookkeeping, is that your role in each business is going to be totally different. In bookkeeping, it's very easy to slip into not really feeling like a business owner anymore, but feeling like a 1099 contractor that's being contracted out by all these other businesses. Some examples of this would be clients not emailing me back promptly with information that I need, referral and networking partners not eager and excited to collaborate with me or meet up. and prospective clients just simply ghosting me. This is very interesting, but when I rebranded as a financial coach, I had people for the first time reaching out to me and wanting to collaborate with me, inviting me on their podcast. I felt way more respected as a financial coach than I ever did as a bookkeeper. And I'm honestly not 100% sure of the reasoning behind this, but I do think that bookkeeping is very misunderstood. I mean, for years and years, bookkeeping was just the high schooler that was hired at minimum wage to answer the office phone and send out invoices, and that's just been bookkeeping for so long that it's hard to rewrite an entire position because people already think they know what bookkeeping means. If you go the bookkeeping route, you can do a great job. You can add a lot of value to your clients, and you will most likely still have to demand respect from your clients. On the other hand, as a financial coach, I feel so much more like the CEO that I had originally envisioned when I started my business. People come to me and want to go through my program. They listen, they follow through, they trust the process, and they get crazy good results. This might sound dumb, but I really believe that financial coaching just has more of that glamorous wow factor. We get the fun before and after pictures. We get the crazy transformations. And in bookkeeping, you just don't really have that. And I know some people won't care at all about this, but I know that I did. And like I said, it really was a big deciding factor for me when I chose financial coaching over bookkeeping. I really wanted to be the industry leader that I knew I could be, and financial coaching gave me an amazing opportunity to become that. If I ever went back to bookkeeping, I would do it completely different. I would rebrand it entirely as consulting. I would only be interested in taking on small businesses that were interested in growth. I personally would do the consulting and increase that small business's bottom line, and then bookkeeping would be a part of the package. And I would outsource the bookkeeping to a subcontracted bookkeeper so that I could earn passively on top of the consulting. I just love what I'm doing so much right now, and I have absolutely zero time to put all of that into practice. But if I ever did go back to just bookkeeping, that's how I would do it. It wouldn't be just bookkeeping. Like I said, I would completely rebrand it as consulting because I'm just more interested in the growth of these small businesses, and that just isn't communicated well when you say I'm a bookkeeper. The third big difference is the people skills needed between the two industries. Like I said earlier, bookkeeping is more so giving the man the fish. They are doing the same service for the long term for the same client with pretty minimal human interaction overall. I email my clients once a month, and every once in a while, if there's an issue with an invoice, if something big's happening, like they're adding payroll or they're changing something about their business, we'll hop on a call. Typically though, it's way more numbers and software than it is people. Now, you certainly can use this to your advantage if you are exceptional at communicating in a timely and efficient way. This will definitely help you stand out in the accounting world. CPAs are overwhelmed a good portion of the year, but especially between the months of January and May. My clients know that I'll respond to an email within 24 to 48 hours. Their CPA could take weeks. Coaching, on the other hand, is extremely interpersonal. Everything from marketing to market research, the sessions themselves, follow-ups, everything is all so relational. This business is way more people than it is software and numbers. So much so that I actually have all of my financial coaching clients take a personality test before they go into my program. And it's actually a little bit more for them than it is for me. I want them to be extremely self-aware when they go through my program, especially if they're going through it with their partner. This is like a non-negotiable. Empathy has got to be a big strength of yours in financial coaching. Empathy is way more powerful than having the right answers. Remember that. Even more than having strong interpersonal skills with financial coaching, you just need to understand people more in coaching than in bookkeeping. A big reason for this is that you have to know their thoughts, dreams, goals, emotions, because there's so much more marketing in financial coaching than there is in bookkeeping. To put it in perspective, I did about the same in revenue for bookkeeping and financial coaching in 2020, and I did zero marketing for bookkeeping. I sent emails out to prospective clients that I had met in 2018 and 2019 just to follow up with them, and I met with my referral partners, and that was it for bookkeeping. Remember, a lot of this is going to go back to difference number one, which is the lifetime revenue of each client is going to be totally different for financial coaching and bookkeeping. Also keep in mind that I've been doing bookkeeping longer than I've been doing financial coaching, but still, they were about the same revenue in 2020. Another big difference is the boundaries that are needed for both bookkeeping and financial coaching. Both industries need very strict boundaries, and trust me, that's a good thing. You really need to have strong boundaries when it comes to communication, times, and methods. In the beginning, when I just first started out, I had clients emailing me, texting me, calling me, DMing me on Facebook, DMing me on Instagram. Literally, it was a disaster. Clear instructions on how they are to communicate with you is very important. All of my financial coaching clients use Voxer to communicate with me, and all my bookkeeping clients use email. Another aspect of this is having very strong emotional boundaries with your financial coaching clients. And I never had an issue with this when I was doing bookkeeping, but especially early on when I started financial coaching, I had issues taking on the personal responsibility of my clients' successes and failures. For example, if I had a client that completely crushed all of their tasks in a month, paid off a lot of debt, I felt like I personally had succeeded, and I felt very validated by that. If I had a client that didn't follow through on anything and completely flopped the entire month, it would ruin my whole day. One of the worst examples of this was a family that had reached out to me for help, and they were in one of the worst financial situations I had ever seen, with hands down the worst mindset. And this family refused to make more money. They had collection agencies breathing down their neck. They were getting evicted. They were getting cars repossessed. Their paychecks were getting garnished, and they wanted me to just magically fix it all without them lifting a finger to do anything about it. That was really a very important breaking point for me of no, that's not how this works. After a few weeks of coaching, we ended up parting ways because they were just simply unwilling to work. But I learned a very valuable lesson that the successes and failures of my clients are not my responsibility. The client is the sole responsible party for their success and failure when they enter my program, and that's a really hard lesson. And again, just something I didn't come up against in bookkeeping. From my own perspective, I find financial coaching to be a much tougher industry. It's harder to get clients. The lifetime revenue of each client is much smaller than in bookkeeping. But with financial coaching, it's so much more rewarding. I also think that there's more opportunity when it comes to financial coaching. Like, I want to have a conference one day. I want to run retreats, and I want to write a book and retire early and speak around the country. And it's just more cutting edge and exciting to me. On the other hand, bookkeeping is steady. I won't say that it's easy, but I will say that it's easier to get clients and secure revenue than it is in financial coaching. It's also, I think, a lot easier to scale bookkeeping because you can just simply subcontract out bookkeeping underneath you and just keep the revenue coming in passively if you wanted to. This is my opinion. I love both because I can capitalize on the pros of both while having the variety. I can also have the security. I will say that both of these industries have their respective communities that are bustling with very inspiring entrepreneurs doing multiple six figures. If you get plugged in and are intentional, you definitely won't feel alone. Don't forget, if you are interested in pursuing bookkeeping as your business, I've got a link below for you that leads to Bookkeeper Launch's free series so that you can see if bookkeeping is a good fit for you. On the other hand, if you're interested in financial coaching, I have my own Become a Coach program that takes you through how to start and grow your own financial coaching business. To learn more about that, make sure you click the link in the description that takes you to my free 60-minute pricing workshop workshop for aspiring financial coaches. If this video helped you make a decision about starting your own bookkeeping business or starting your own financial coaching business with myself, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel and like this video for more like it. I'll see you guys in the next one.